Actually, you don't need social media to get clients for your business. That is such a big misconception that I see get people stuck in getting out there and getting visible and sharing their knowledge and their expertise because they believe that content creation equals social media. And that is not true. It's not the case. And when you shift from that, you will actually start to explore a lot of different ways that you can find clients, that you can connect with clients through actually content, because there's a gazillion ways and platforms to create and share content on. And everyone has their own unique way of doing that, of building trust, which I will go into in this episode deeper. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the She Who Leads podcast. I'm Daniela Varga, your intuitive business coach, and I'm here to help you build a thriving and exciting and amazing business around your soul pull, your purpose, to have the impact, to create transformations, to build a legacy, and all the other yummy, yummy stuff that we want to have with our business. So, back to content, back to social media. I see that so many times with friends around me, with aspiring entrepreneurs around me, even people in the business who already started that they really get hung up on the fact that they have to use social media. They have to use social media to get clients because that's the way. That's how everyone does it. That's how the people they saw on, obviously, social media who are successful doing it, right? Like, we make the connection that if someone does something and they are successful at it, that must be the only way. If you like a coach, if you like an entrepreneur, if you like anyone in your field who does social media and from the outside looks like, oh, this is how this person actually gets clients, this is how another 5 of the people who I trust and see as an authority in my place, they have also built a big social media following. So that must mean that that's the way. That's how you build a coaching business. That's how you build a service business. Actually, people are building businesses over telling other people that that's how you build businesses. So it's a whole rabbit hole of confusion and not misdirection in a purposeful way sometimes, but not all the times. But it messes with people's heads. So let's get back to the foundations and first of all understand that what your business needs to success, because there are foundational pieces obviously that your business will need for you to able to create whatever you want to create. So there are energetic foundations that we need. So self-image, ingredients, the way we're looking at ourselves, knowing our unique value, other success ingredients, things in our identity that will make us step into this entrepreneur identity that is actually building a business. So that's one thing. I'm not going into that right now. I actually did a bunch of podcast episodes on that. Like, I will put them here so you can check them out. But what I want to talk about is basically the more of the physical foundations, and there are a couple of there too, but one of the most important ones to have a successful business as a foundational piece is that people need to know about you, right? Like, that is, on the physical side, that is the number one most important thing to have a successful business, because you can have the best service, you can have the best products in the world. It can be life-changing. If people don't know about it, they won't buy it. Like you, it's like you can do the most amazing sales and sales sequence and landing pages and everything. If people don't see it, they still won't buy it, right? So the first most foundational piece is for people to know about you, right? Like that sounds basic, but we don't really think about this way. So that's your number one goal when you're starting a business, to again people know about you. So you basically, what that would mean is you become visible, right? And what happens with this visibility piece is what I mentioned in the beginning, that, oh, we see that people who I trust and who I see as an authority and who I see as successful and who I kind of aspire to be are visible through social media. So I should be visible through social media. I should create content through social media. And that is kind of what I call the content tunnel vision, which happens to a lot of us. It kind of happened to me, not in a big way, but I kind of was pulled into like, oh my god, I have to have social media to get clients. Like I was in that headspace, not as much, but had the experience with it. Obviously I needed to have the experience with it so I can teach about it. Anyhow, so content tunnel vision is basically what I call when we basically equal content with social media. So you kind of made yourself believe, or you were made to believe, that content creation is the exact same thing as creating content for social media. And that is just not true at all. Like, that is the biggest lie, the biggest misconception that you can have about content, because content is a form of way where you express yourself, right? Like, that's kind of the definition for content for me, like the way you're expressing yourself. We call this content right now. And content, how you express yourself, and again, the platforms that you use to share that expression can come in a multitude of ways. So many ways. We can write, we can speak, we can even do sign language, like we can dance, there's just so many ways that we can express ourselves. Like, that's the first thing that I want you to see. Now, if I translate this to the business setting, obviously we don't want to dance. We're not bees. Oh, that would be cool though. If you could like dance, what we want to say to each other. Like, actually, like people do that, right? Like people who dance, like that has a meaning, that has a story to it. Anyhow, I got sidetracked. So with the business setting, what it usually means that you can either write content, you can record like video, like I'm doing right now. You can do only voice. That's also something that you can do. And you can do visuals. Like, that's also something that a lot of people do. You could be drawing, right? And any mix of these. So and how you are sharing that, again, is in so many ways. Like, social media, yes, is one platform where you can share yourself and you can be visible, but you can do podcasting. That's also a content form. You can do newsletters, you can do Substack, you can do Medium articles, you can do guest blogging, you can do a blog on your own website, you can, what else? You can do voice notes in different like telegram chats, or any chat app basically that you use. Like, you can do messages there, voice notes there, even videos there, like images there. Like, there's so many ways you can create content. I really want to ingrain this to you. Social media is not the only way. Yes, it is the most popularized way right now, but also has its reasons, which I'm not going into right now. But it's not the only way to be visible with your business, to be visible with your offers. And also, what I want you to understand about social media, and again, I'm not demonizing social media at all. right? Like, I really do believe that there are some people who are meant to go on social media and they thrive there, and they are so good in creating content there, creating short content or creating entertaining content. Like, those have their places, and that works great for them. But what a lot of people don't understand is actually two things with this whole content creation thing. So one is specific to social media. I want you to see that when people, like, with content, you can think about two ways with a content. There are basically content that is uh, like for entertainment. There is content that is educational. There is content that is inspirational. So that's a whole other genre that we can go into. But when people are looking for information, when people are consuming content, that's what I want to go with it. There are kind of two headspaces where people can be. One is the social media content headspace, when they are actually not looking for anything, they are just like passing time, right? They are scrolling. They are not really looking out for any specific information. They are not looking for any solution. It's very rare. I'm not sure, like, please correct me in the comments, but I'm not really seeing the use case of, oh, I'm going into social media to find the best recipe, even though there are so many recipes there and amazing recipes nonetheless. But people don't really go in the search function. I'm like, oh, I'm doing the best overnight oats. Like, I'm looking for the best overnight oats recipes. I'm going to Instagram to find that. Maybe if you save those and you go there, yes, but not really. You're not really going in with the intention of, I'm looking for a solution, so I'm going on social media to find that solution. It's more like I'm in this headspace of not really being present even, or like not really wanting anything. I'm just like scrolling. So that's why social media is more about grabbing attention. Like, that's why there are so many ways to do that, like hooks and like the first 5-second rule, and all those things that kind of go into this ruling system of social media is because of this, because you actually have to make conscious effort with your content to grab people's attention, because they're not in the headspace of, oh, I am looking for a solution. Now, the other headspace that people can be in when they are consuming content is, oh, okay, I am in the headspace of, I have a problem and I'm looking for a solution. The most basic example of this is people going on Google and Googling stuff, right? Like, I want to know something, I am going to Google. I want to learn something, I'm going on YouTube. Like, those are the two biggest platforms basically that nowadays people go for solutions. And that's why actually articles or YouTube videos convert much better, so build trust much faster with clients than social media would, because again, they are already in this, they are much further along in the buyer's journey than when they are when they find your social media content, right? And that is a big differentiator that I want you to be aware of. And again, that doesn't make social media bad. It's just social media has a different use than how people are wanting to use it, how people expect it to work. So you need to be able to aware of that. And from this setup, this whole thing, when you actually create content for people who are already further along in the buyer's journey, meaning that they actually know that they have a problem and they actually want a solution, you will have so much more success with content that is serving that specific purpose. Again, like I mentioned, even podcast episodes, what else? Articles, anywhere that you can do Substack, like writing in a way. So we're on platforms that people go to search for, right? YouTube, again, it can be so many different things. It can even be Spotify, because people actually are using Spotify to search now. So that's super cool. So that's one thing that is very important about content and social media and all the other forms of content that is out there. another thing is that we are built in a very, very unique way. And I talk about this a lot. And I will talk about this until the end of time, until every single person in this planet understands that we are built in different ways. You are not built the same way as I am. You don't express yourself the same way I express myself. And none of us are wrong. None of us are better than the other. It's just different. Which will mean that what works for me won't necessarily work for you. And what works for you won't necessarily work for me. Not because I am doing it wrong, or you are doing it wrong, or you are doing it better than I am. It's because we are built differently. And what I am naturally good at doing, how I am naturally good at expressing myself, and how I am naturally built to build trust with people and connect with people will be different from you. And when you actually find the ways and accept the ways that you are built to express, and you're built to connect and build trust with people, content creation will become easier. Content creation actually will become fun, because it's not anymore you trying to force yourself to create, I don't know, real videos, because you don't even like to do that. You don't even like to be on camera. And you would be so much happier with writing. But again, you were made to believe that you have to do reels to get clients. So you shove away the writing, which would be so natural, not so natural for you. You would enjoy it so much. And because of this, you will be consistent, which will be the topic of our next episode. And you would be able to share yourself so much more naturally. It won't feel forced. It won't feel weird or awkward. And people would actually love that type of content, and they would connect to it so much easier. I have an amazing example for this, and I'm not pulling in myself right for a change. I could, but I won't. So I have this human design expert who I love. Check her out, Christy Ingi. I really hope I said her name right. She's amazing. She's like, I think, one of the best human design experts I ever encountered. And what she does differently, and it's so beautifully like represents this whole thing. She knows that her writing is amazing. Like, she has such a high skill in writing. She has such a high capability in writing, and the way she writes, how she creates the whole like copy that she does, it just speaks to people. I know, because it speaks to me. Like, it's just such joy to read everything that she writes. It's amazing, and it's fully packed with value. And not just what she says, but how she says it, right? And it's easy for her to do that because that's her natural talent. That's what she is built to do. That's how she is built to connect with people the best way and the most exciting way possible. Now, okay, she writes newsletters. Great. She writes articles. Great. Oh my God, tell me something new, right? But what she also does, and that's just the testament to how much she knows herself and how much she accepted herself, even in her courses, she's not doing video lessons. She's not doing audio lessons. She writes. All of her lessons is written. On articles, she answers in comments to people. Like, she really owned in on that gift and on that capability, on her natural gift with that. And she built a multi-million-dollar business from it without recording one single video to any social media platform. I really want for you to sink this in, because she is the perfect example of, you don't need to have video content. You don't need to have social media. You don't need to do things in a way that doesn't feel good for you, that doesn't feel exciting for you. Now, as a side note, I'm always telling this, there's a difference between you not wanting to do something because there's a self-image wound that kind of blocks you doing that. So maybe writing would be your natural way of expression, but you have a trauma around writing because, I don't know, you were bullied, you were shamed because of your writing. So you will have resistance toward writing, but not because it's not your natural way of expression. It's because you have self-image wounds. You have trauma around writing. So that's a different thing that we focus on in the coaching sessions, of removing that trauma, releasing that trauma, so you can actually connect to your natural gift and then blow it up and blow up your business with it. So you need to be aware of the difference. If you then cannot do that on your own, please ask for help. You can come to me. There's a free clarity call that you can book, and we can look in there even. But like, figure out what is the resistance, because there can be different reasons for doing something. So maybe social media is actually the way for you to express yourself, but because you have wounds and trauma around showing up, like on camera, that's why you are actually not able to enjoy it and really really connect people through it. Or even you could have trauma around showing yourself fully, like that would really block you from gaining a big audience on social media. So there's just a lot of pieces that can go into this, which again, like, I usually cover in the coaching sessions, because that's just how you can unlock all of your potential in the business and start to grow your business, grow your audience, connect with people, build trust. Like, first, obviously, you have to trust yourself to be able to build trust with other people, right? Simple, not always easy. I know that. But it can be much easier with the right tools. So don't feel discouraged. Don't feel like oh my God, I can never do that. Like, yes, you can learn to trust yourself. I've done that for myself. I help clients with that, and it can be done. And it's such an amazing feeling. And it really will up your game in your content, in your business, in everywhere in your life. So I want this episode to be your permission slip to, first of all, release this belief that I have to go on social media to get clients. No, you don't. You don't have to do anything in your business. If you don't believe me, check out my previous episode on You Make the Rules of Your Business. I talk about this in extent in that episode. You really don't have to do anything in your business that you really, really, really don't want to do. Again, second step of this, be aware of why you don't want to do it. So you really don't want to do it because it doesn't feel aligned to who you are, or you don't want to do it because it triggers some kind of trauma that you had before. Figure that out. That will be such a big upgrade in your business and in your communication, and just to your relationship with content creation, visibility, and even like your whole business, right? So that's a very, very important second step. And the third step obviously would be of figure out what is the natural way that you share stuff with people. Like, what is the most natural way for you to express yourself? What feels right? What feels exciting? What you could do all day? Like, figure out that and then connect to that, like build trust with that. Again, if that sounds like, oh my God, I don't know how to do that, you can book a free clarity session with me and I can help you with that. But just start to understand how you are built and use that. Use your biggest strengths and gifts in your business. I cannot emphasize this enough. Please do that, because it will make your life so much easier. It will make your day-to-day business tasks, your business life, your relationship with your business so much easier when you don't feel like I have to be someone else to be successful. I can be myself, and actually being myself makes me the most successful entrepreneur that can be, which is the truth. That is the truth. Being yourself, accepting yourself, and using your amazing gifts that you already have. Those are not something that you acquire along the way. Yes, you can build them. Yes, you can grow them. Yes, you can open them up even more, but you already have that. And again, ironically, they will only grow and only open up more if you start to use them. So it's a whole thing. I know, and maybe it sounds complicated. It is really not. I have a very straightforward session, like step by step process actually in my coaching container that kind of guides you through this whole thing of, okay, how do I figure out how I am built? How do I figure out what is my unique value? How do I figure out how I am meant to connect with people? How do I figure out how I am meant to sell? Like that is also will be specific for you. How do I figure out what is the best business structure for me, where I feel when I can be creatively free, when I can be excited to do the task that I want to do, when I don't feel suffocated by the business that I am building. That is something specific to you. And yes, it has kind of like more steps and multiple components, but when you put it next to each other, and I'm actually very good at creating a process that is very tangible, very easy to follow, very like just like practical and actually exciting, I would say. So you can do that. You can do that if you want to. Okay. What you can do is, first of all, go through these steps. That will be such a big up level already of just like, first of all, just like giving yourself the permission slip of you don't have to do social media. Like that would actually put off so much weight of your chest, and then open up a lot of new ways of, oh, actually there's this whole other dimension of content that I never really looked at because I never considered them to be good. But okay, if they are an option, what would I pick? Right? Like just this one step would bring you so much further along. If you want more help, if you want a clear direction, you can book a free clarity call with me, and we can go into that. We can go into the type of content that would be the best for you. We can go into the type of structure that would be best for your business. We can go into basically how you are built and see how that actually helps you get excited and get inspired for your business, because I promise you it will. Every single time I talk to clients and just like we get into how they are built and how they can use that, they just lit up, which I love. Like that's kind of what fuels me. They just lit up so much because now endless possibilities are finally there, like magically appeared with a place where there before that there was just like constraint and like limitation. And it magically became like this, oh my god, like I can do so much exciting and fun stuff in my business. I cannot wait. So we can do that. Or if you want a community where you can be surrounded with likewise entrepreneurs, I like to call them soulpreneurs, you can join the Embodied Soulpreneur community, which is a free community where I actually share a lot of lessons. We are going through releasing imposter syndrome right now in the moment. In the future, there will be other topics that I want to help people clear and get over with. So you can join that. You can find the description in the link below. And I think that's it. That's it. If you have questions, I'm happy to answer them. Please leave them in the comment, or you can actually write an email to me on my website. You can find the email address there. And yeah, that's it. Love this episode, and I see you in the next one. Bye.